So that's our threats briefed. Our requirement documents are on board. Carbon monoxide detector is valid and okay. Compass card is valid, both of them, that one and that one there. Park brake, I'll just apply that now. Primary flight display, compass and radio okay, they're in good repair. Avionics master switch is off, circuit breakers are checked. Carb heat is cold, fuel shut-off is in, mixture is rich. Want our nav lights on, our master switch on. Now priming, this is the first flight of the day for this this one, so we'll give it 3.
Yep.
Lock it. Check our display, our engine hours and total hours. Engine hours 201.7. And our total hours 272.0.
Sorry, 201.7
and 272.0.
Great, thanks.
Back to primary flight display. Just setting that to both ready. That's cool. I'm just going to double check with my checklist.
Yep. Have you got one of the new checklists?
The latest one I've got is the 13th of the 4th.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, cool. Alright, so we've done our pre-flight, completed, the threats have been briefed, rudder pedals are adjusted, seats are okay, harnesses are secure, required documents are on board, carbon dioxide detector is checked, compass card checked, park brake is applied, primary flight display, compass and radio is checked, avionics master is off, yep, circuit breakers is checked, fuel shut-off is in, mixture rich, prime we've given it 3, throttle 1/4 inch. Carb heat is cold, nav is on, master is on. I've checked the display, ignition is set to both. Once the area is clear we can do our engine start. Alright, nobody to that side, nobody in front of us, and all clear on your side. Alright.
Okay, 1181. Yep, double traffic. And before we move to, don't forget to set the QNH. Remember it is 1036. And you can see it actually pops up a little message there if it notices that it's substantially out. There we go, 1036. Good, and enter. And we're about 111 feet above sea levels. Right? Yep, looks good. Okay, cool. We've got a frequency set on radio. Transponders on standby. Are we going to be going out to the training area today?
We will, yeah.
Need 1400. Good. Okay, parking brake off. I'll just quickly check. Okay, so we had the RPM 1200 RPM, we got no fire, oil pressure rising quite nicely. Ammeter we've checked, magnetos are checked, mixture we've got leaned, avionics master is on because we can hear each other. AWIB we've recorded, radio check is completed and satisfactory. But our correct frequency is tuned to transponder is to standby, transponder code is set, and we'll do our brake test. Yep, not moving. Cool, sounds good. Nobody coming up the ramp. We're Unicom, Foxtrot Victor Romeo. Foxtrot Victor Romeo, Unicom. Are there any reported traffic in Lima 266, Foxtrot Victor Romeo?
Firm 1 aircraft, Tango Alpha uniform reported for next 38 minutes.
Copy the traffic, Foxtrot Victor Romeo.
Yes, sir,
We've got our bore slipping de-standing.
Probably about 10 minutes.
Cover that. We're at Cleveland now. We'll wait until you've come and gone, and then we'll enter after you.
There's any significant loose gravel, so.
Cool.
And we'll just go between the yellow lines so we're not blocking the, yeah, and then just a hard right here. Oh, give it a bit of gas, bring us right around quite hard so that we're not on the grass. There we go, that'll do.
Okay, we're tracking for the one, pipe brake applied.
Up 03.
Idling about 1,000 RPM.
Call filing.
Okay, area is clear. All pressure and all temperatures in the green. Mixture is lean. I've heard rumours that it's going to be changed to rich again.
Yeah, rich for the run-ups.
Rich for the run-ups. Okay, power up to 1,700 RPM. T's and P's are in the green.
More traffic at Telford is 2 miles to the east of Nest Valley, 1,500 trackable.
Here it goes. Good. Magnetos, follow.
3, vacant, turn here.
Left.
Traffic 2 at 1's unreadable.
I think if we go into 3, vacant, turn here.
Turning off at right. Line crossing, vacating, turning here.
Back to both. Okay, radios are still on the correct power to idle. Okay, not cutting out and idling the appropriate RPM range. Go back to 1,000 RPM. Just double check they haven't missed anything off there. Okay, so fractions of wind, apply the pipe brake, area is clear, all pressure and all temperature. Down to 1,700, T's and P's are in the green. Overheat, recycled that, both left, both right, left, both for magnetos. Ammeter, yep, that's centre. Volts.
So you use the engine page to check the volts.
Okay.
There we go, 14.4. So
Okay, that's in the green range.
what we want to see, yep.
Cool, power to idle, power to 1,000 RPM, that's fine. Okay, cool.
I'll take Juliet.
Do my pre-takeoff here as well. Okay, so trim all set to take off.
More traffic, Delta X-ray Chief, lining up runway 03, vacant at Coromandel via the Cleveland Valley.
Cool, trim set to take off. Throttle friction is firm. Mixture is rich. Fuel shot off is in. Fuel got just under half there on the Eldon, just over half. A little bit over half, so it's the same as what I saw in the tanks. So we're still running on an hour and a half. Cool. Okay, well, collapse to 10 degrees. Ignition is on. Instruments, we've got the QNH set.
Oh, sure. Victor.
We've got our ground speed is 0, airspeed 0.
Go ahead.
Our elevation is, our altitude is matching our elevation. DI line with the compass. Yep. Awesome, we've got no X's or any problems that we need to worry about there.
What you guys have the
Controls.
Understood, we'll stick to the northern side, thank you. Foxtrot Victor Romeo.
Cool, they are free and most certainly correct. Good. Okay. Also our radio is correct, set to the correct frequency.
Foxtrot Victor Romeo is in.
No, that all set when we're lined up.
6 for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so trim set, throttle friction firm, mixture rich, primer is, oh, didn't check that, primer locked. Fuel shut off is in, fuel we've revised, flaps to 10 degrees, ignition to both, instruments checked, radios are tuned, hatches and harnesses, that's another one.
Yep. All secure.
Cool. Controls are full free and correct, and we now take off safety briefing.
Yep.
Charlie is near Whitford.
If there's engine failure on the roll, we'll close the throttle brake to a stop. If there's engine failure airborne and there's enough runway remaining to land, we'll close the throttle, lower the nose and land back on the remaining runway. And if there's engine failure airborne with insufficient runway remaining to land, we'll close the throttle, lower the nose, glide at 70 knots, select filter and carry out a landing into the field copied on, and be aware of the power lines on 03 as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, so should we swing right or?
Yeah, we'll go right. So
swing a hard right.
Yeah.
Waterworks
At the brake.
tracking control naming point.
Oh yeah, pat brake of course.
Makes it a bit easier. Doesn't matter too much if we go on the grass.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice tight turn.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good thing with a castering nose wheel.
Yeah.
Having fairly short wings helps as well.
We are clear.
These guys will take forever doing their run-ups and before takeoff checks. If they're going IFR, they've got a whole lot of briefings and things things to tune and so forth.
Christian on Foxtrot's flying up 03 grass from hotel.
That's why when you do your run-ups here, you don't want to park right here because it means that people can't line up.
Yeah.
So make sure you're lining up cool.
Okay, yep, cool. Okay, so we've got our strobe light on, landing light on, radios, transponder on altitude 1400.
Cool. Get your radio call down because we're actually on the runway.
Okay, cool. Add more traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie lining up 03.
So that second hold short line is the one that...
Unicom, this is Papa Alpha Foxtrot. Can I have a radio check?
Once we're over that, we're essentially on the runway, so you can do your your lining up call before you get over there.
Oh, okay. Vacating to the training area?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. Add more traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie, rolling 03, vacating to the training area. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready, yep.
Okay.
you out until we're out over the hills over there, and then we'll look at climbing in descending turns.
We'll take a look at my Charlie, is Brookby 900 feet, strictly join at down 10 off.
We're aircraft Foxtrot Romeo is clear of Lima 266.
Foxtrot Victor Romeo, Unicum, copy clear.
Armor traffic, Oscar for Tango is entering.
Just make sure you've got that straight level attitude.
Yep, that's fine.
There we go, yeah.
Was entering Lima 266.
Nearly had it, was just slightly high, so we were climbing very slightly.
That's right.
Does have quite a low nose attitude, this aeroplane at a cruise.
Yeah.
There's one aeroplane off in the far distance, see, might just be able to see a white dot. Yep. Not a threat at this stage.
Tango, Alpha Uniform, Oscar, Tango.
Go ahead.
We're just going to fly the boundaries and then we're happy to operate out the western side. I can see you out the eastern side.
Yep, copy that.
Is T6 okay? I said T5. Thank you.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, T5.
Yeah, it's all right, okay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're clear of the airspace, so it's not too much of an issue. We won't go any higher than this, but as long as we maintain this level, yeah.
Oscar for Tango, Foxtrot Victor Romeo, thank you very much for your help today.
That's all. Have a good one.
We'll take a look at my Charlie, is down 10 off.
See that aeroplane over there now, he's tracking opposite direction to us, but he's clear, so it's alright. Yeah. So while we're cruising, have you learned the safety checks yet? Yep. Yep, so we've got suction not applicable, happy to zip up. Fuel, just took off about 10 or so minutes ago, so we're fine, those gauges are working right. DI is aligned with the compass, yes I can see that. Good. And I think now we're running. Teaser in the green. Cool. It's creeping up just a little bit, so it's slightly. Yep. If you want, you can send us back to 2,500. Okay. And then we'll look at the first climbing turn from there. Now the other thing is make sure you've got a reference point to track towards, because
Okay.
we started pointing over there and now we're pointing out over here.
Alright, yeah.
So if you're going out towards towards the training area, you've got the little kind of notch in the hills over there where the valley goes through where hotels are.
Okay.
So if you want, you can point us over towards that.
Sure.
I will have a hotel, my Charlie, is on final speed off pad 1.
So basically anytime you're in cruising straight and level flight, you should have a reference altitude, which you had, but also a reference point as well.
Point, gotta remember that.
And you just level us off here if you want, and we'll look at a climbing turn to begin with. Okie dokie, so what we'll do is we'll look at a climbing turn to the left to begin with.
Okay.
So, reference point, reference altitude. We'll use 3,500 again, and yep, the lake's fine, and a lookout. Looks alright to me.
Alright, so we'll start a climb.
Yep, so full power and set your 70 knot climb. That looks about right, so we'll let the speed settle.
Okay.
There we go, we've got our 70 knots, so rolling in 15 degrees.
And just tipping the nose a fraction to maintain 70. Good, probably not even that much to be honest. Looking out. Attitude, so slightly higher. Fraction low at the moment, yeah, so you can set it a little higher. And instrument, so we've got 200 feet to go. Balance is looking good, angle of bank's looking good. Airspeed is a fraction high, which is because of that nose attitude. And again, it looks like we're going to get to 3,500 first, so as we're rising, rolling back wings level, and resetting straight level. Attitude's a little low there, so just raise it slightly so we get 70 knots. And don't forget as well to adjust the trim if you need to help maintain that 70. There we go, we just about got it there. So when you're ready, another quick look out. Yep, rolling in, being in balance and setting 15 degrees. Make sure as you're rolling in you're looking ahead because that'll help you set the attitude. Okay. Good, and that's looking pretty good. Look out. Keep an eye out for that other plane. Just last seen tracking away from us. Attitude. Instruments. So 600 feet to go. The angle of bank's looking good. Airspeed's perfect, and we're just about perfectly in balance as well, so that's good. Oh yeah, there's that other aeroplane that's miles away now.
Where's the traffic? Tango Alpha Victor, 2 South Hotel Levin, 2,500 operating in the area.
Master traffic Zulu Alpha Tango 1 East Hotel Devin 3000 operating.
So again, it looks like we're going to get to a reference point. Yep, slightly first. Cubby cold. Rolling level. Resetting straight level.
Hotel event, climbing through 800 for 2500, vacating Ardmore.
Aiming for 3500, yeah?
Correct, yep.
So we're coming up on it now, so I'll roll level. And a bit of left rudder.
Good.
Attitude. Power.
There's the traffic. Hotel Julie, uniform is 5 to the east of Hotel Devin, 2200, tracking Ardmore. Changing to Ardmore 118.1.
Good. That was very good. Just watch when you go back to straight level that you set the power for the cruise.
Yeah.
A little bit low there.
I was focusing on the attitude.
Yep, that's okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
Alright, and now we'll look at a descending turn to the right. Down to 2,500.
Doing it to the right.
Yep.
Left.
So reference point as well, and reference altitude.
So I'll just send the slightly to the left so I can use the edge of that. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, cool. Reference altitude, 2500.
Correct, yep.
And look out.
Looks to be clear on this side.
Cool. I've started the fan.
Yep.
For the power.
Good. Don't forget the car beat,
I am.
especially in today's conditions.
Yeah. The left rudder there.
Yep, probably not quite that much needed. You can see how now the nose is actually going to the left as the reference point.
I am.
And if you find too that you're sort of having to fight it with the stick, that tends to suggest that you've got a bit too much rudder.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll roll on now.
Cool. Charlie, overhead Bombay town, 3,200 descending 2,500 operating in the area.
And look out. Especially in the direction of the turn.
Yep.
Attitude.
This is looking pretty good.
And assurance we're descending. I got about,
That's a good thing.
we got the about 15 degrees back.
Yeah, it's possibly slightly steeper than 15 here.
Slightly left.
That's about 15 there, yeah.
Okay.
That was probably about 20 before. It wasn't too steep, but it was a little bit steeper than what we want.
Okay. Yeah, we're rolling out our reference point there.
Cool. You can keep us descending if you like.
Okay, cool.
And what I'll actually get you to do is you can actually just keep us turning around so that we can start heading back to Ardmore. So basically just rolling in again.
Cool as.
We'll go over to Ardmore traffic, have a listen to Ardmore.
Iowa traffic, Runup Quebec Alpha is approaching.
Temperature 17.2.8. QNH 1036. Caution.
And we can just follow along the line of the motorway back towards Ardmore.
Launch. Runway 03. Current time is 2207 UTC. Operational information issued at 1959 UTC. No parallel ups. Caution crane operating vicinity Brookby, up to 280 feet EGL. Surface wind, 080 degrees magnetic, 6 knots. Temperature, 17.2.8. QNH, 1036. Caution birds on...
Oh!
Ardmore traffic, Hotel Juliet, uniform, 3 to the east, Cessna Township, 2000, tracking waterworks, descending to 800 feet.
Ardmore traffic, Hotel Mike Charlie is downwind.
Good. Ardmore traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie 1 southwest, Bombay town, 2500, feet there.
Oh, yep. Double traffic.
There we go.
There we go. That's right. It was direction full stop.
Cool. Okay, so we've got 03 in use at Ardmore. So if you want, what you can do is, do you remember what altitude the circuit is at Ardmore?
1100 feet.
Good. And do you remember what altitude we join overhead at? At the minimum.
No, 1500.
Nearly 500 feet above circuit altitude. So
Okay, 1600. Okay.
So if you want, you can descend us down to maybe 2000.
Okay.
With that 1600 for the overhead join, we don't have to be exactly at 1600, we just can't be below it.
Okay.
So basically we've got a window of 1600 is the lowest and 2500 effectively is the highest because that's where the airspace is.
Lima 266.
So I tend to like to join overhead at about 2000 feet or maybe 1800 or something like that, just because then if you accidentally descend a little bit, maybe in turbulence or even just because you're not really paying attention, then you don't drop down below that 500 foot buffer. And you happy with where the airfield is from here?
It's approaching Cleveland, 1100.
And over in there?
Yep, you're pointing in more or less the right direction. It's pretty much just straight ahead, slightly to the right of the nose.
03.
Okay.
Got the glider airfield down here as well. That's a long green.
Yep.
Sound to change, join downwind 03.
There you go, there's the industrial buildings, there's the train
Correct,
station.
yeah. So Drury is the kind of cluster of buildings down here.
Traffic, take off.
And then Central Papakura is where the railway station is, basically in the middle there. So it sounds like there's a few aircraft in the circuit. So we'll join overhead. If it was quiet, we could just join right base, so we could just descend straight in and then turn right and fly our approach to land from there. But seeing as there's a few aeroplanes, we'll join overhead.
Ardmore traffic, my Bravo Hotel, downwind 03.
So do you think you can do a position report?
Straight downwind 2.
Yep. So we're we're probably about half a mile east of Drury.
Okay.
So what are you going to say, bearing in mind that we're joining overhead?
Alrighty, so we've got Ardmore traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie, 1 southeast Drury, 2000 feet, joining over here?
Yeah, joining overhead, 03. Perfect.
Okay.
Joining wide right base 03.
Ardmore traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie, 1 southeast Drury, 2100 feet, joining overhead 03.
Ardmore traffic, Alpha Tango is half east, Cleveland 1200, tracking to join downwind.
So when you want to level off, just make sure that you set the power back again for the cruise.
Pad 1, okay. So we'll level off about 1700.
Downwind for 180 auto.
Oh yeah, you can if you want to keep descending. Yep, that's fine. Yep.
Ardmore traffic, takeoff for Victor, turning final 03.
Mike, Bravo Hotel, you've got Tango Victor inside. Where's he?
So you can see the runway now, down here.
Yeah, g'day. Got us inside?
I do. Ardmore traffic, Runup Quebec Alpha, joining the early downwind for 03. Touch and go.
Tango for Victor, are you for the grass or the seal, please?
Over for the seal.
So this is Central Papakura, so you can do another position report here.
Okay.
And Ardmore traffic, my Bravo Hotel, final 03 seal, touch and go.
Ardmore traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie, over Central Papakura, 1800 feet, joining overhead 03.
Ardmore traffic, 135, to the south of Cleveland 1100, vacating Halleck.
So once we're over on the other side of the runway, that's when we can make our right turn and we can continue our descent down to 1100
Okay,
feet.
now I can see those two that are on final.
Correct,
That
yep.
was established early downwind 03.
So that's one of the advantages of joining overhead. It lets you see the traffic in the circuit.
Yeah.
And then we make an overhead call here, which I'll get this one.
Okay.
Ardmore traffic, Alpha Alpha Charlie, overhead 1700, descending non-traffic side 03. So basically you make that one when you're over the extended centre line of the runway, and basically it's just overhead, your altitude, and descending non-traffic side, whatever runway it is. So that's another one that maybe on the next slides I'll get you to do that one.
Okay.
180 auto, tail off pad 1.
circuit. And since we're on the opposite side of the circuit, we can now continue our descent down to circuit altitude.
Okay.
So keep us coming down to 1,100 feet.
Alrighty.
And our goal is to turn so that we fly overhead the upwind threshold, so that's the threshold at the opposite end of the runway to the landing end.
Okay.
And so we want to basically, when we get to around there, we want to make a right turn so that we cross over that upwind threshold. And if you time it perfectly, you can usually be arriving at 1,100 feet as you're crossing over that threshold.
Okay.
And we can see we've got one aeroplane just getting airborne off the grass, so that'll be some traffic to look out for.
Yeah.
03, still, touch and go.
The other one that just landed looks like he's done a full stop. There's one early downwind as well. Yeah.
Although traffic, my brother Foxtrot is downwind 03, touch and go.
Good, so I'd probably be starting that turn now so that we can go right over here. Yep. So our goal is ideally to fly right overhead that threshold, so we've gone slightly too far this time.
MPMR X-ray transitioning.
I was just trying to flood that downwind traffic, I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. And level at 1,100.
Okay.
So by flying over the threshold like this, it keeps us clear from the aircraft that's just turned on the crosswind out there. Just make sure you've got the power set again, remember, when you go back to cruise.
Traffic India, Charlie Bravo lifting on the helicopter.
And then when we turn right into the downwind, your radio call will be Alpha Alpha Charlie turning downwind from the non-traffic side, 03.
We're still from the non-traffic side.
Compared to Mike Charlie.
What's that?
We're still on the non-traffic side.
Hang on.
You take it.
Traffic Oscar Alpha Tango is final 03, touch and go.
Bring us around to the right now.
Yep.
Non-traffic Alpha Alpha Charlie turning downwind, 03 from the non-traffic side. And just watch our altitude there.
I'm on traffic, Runup back off as airborne of 03, climbing through 2,000 feet, vacating south to Hamilton, Roanoke. Direction through 200 feet, and vacating by the waterway. Okay, Charlie Bravo, lifting Bravo. And traffic.
And we do our downwind checks.
Okay. So parking breakers off, there's pressure on the foot brakes, undercarriage is fixed, mixture is rich.
Good. Let's bring us a bit to the left. You see how we're converging with the runway?
Sure. Engine harness is secure.
Good.
Lights on.
Good. And watch that altitude.
Okay.
Okey-dokey, so it's probably
Going to reduce power now.
yeah, we can think about setting up. And get your flaps. Once we're within the range, that's looking pretty good. Now, what you'll find now is because we've converged with the runway, we're almost lined up with the runway already, so when we turn, we'll have to start turning now.
Okay.
And we're just going to have to continue turning, so clear of traffic, and you're just going to have to keep us turning around to the right, and we'll probably end up going through the centre line.
Okay.
One traffic Alpha Charlie, turning final, 03, full stop. And I'd bring the power right back, because we've got very little wind today, so I'd probably almost idle from here.
Yeah.
Unicom, Mike Bravo Foxtrot.
Mike Bravo Foxtrot, Unicom.
Way left.
Something on the close to the centre line of the runway, just prior to Golf. It might be a rag or something.
Copy that, I'll get someone onto that.
So we get the rest of the flap.
Yeah, it looked like a hedgehog. Oh, I thought it was a hedgehog. Wasn't moving very fast. DMI X-ray transition, too long.
So we've got our final call complete. Runway's clear. Approach is on the centre line and on speed, but quite high. So we might end up doing a go around, but
Normal traffic hotel, Mike Charlie repositioning.
We shall see.
Pads for low level ops parallel to Juliet.
So there's some sort of random loose item or something on the runway apparently.
Admiral traffic, Macro Hotel, final 03, touch and go.
So we're sort of getting back on the crosswind. It's a little bit of a crosswind, yeah. Keep us descending.
Alpha traffic, Oscar for Tango's late downwind 03.
And looking at the end of the runway, raising the nose slightly to the level attitude. And as the aeroplane sinks, a bit more back pressure. There we go.
Hold on short of 503.
So what you're looking for is just as the aeroplane's sinking down, you're just using a bit more back pressure to help arrest that sink rate. And we'll just vacate to the right across the graph.
And remaining in the area for the next 05 minutes.
Cool, keep us going.
Traffic, my level hotel going around 03.
Yes, there is something on the runway back there, small thing. We flew over it, but...
My traffic, my brother Foxtrot downwind 03, full stop. Leave at 800, there's traffic inside. We'll traffic hotel Mike Charlie.
Clear the runway, we've come to a stop.
Alpha, crossing by 03.
Strobe light off, landing light off. Spider tracks has been deactivated. Transponder is on standby. Transponder code is set. Car feed is now off.
Yep.
Entering forest the next 10.
TakeOff copies 10, no traffic reported.
Where are we going to park? I wonder, we might go in front of AMN perhaps. I think it might be a bit of a squeeze getting between FLF.
They're on the side.
Here the graphic. So go a little bit towards FLF and then and then just swing us around to the right. A little bit more towards LF, yep. Cool, and then to the right. So give it a bit of right pedal. And just stop there. Cool.
Alright, now we have come to a stop. Holding at 1000 RPM.
178, Seattle 3N lining up, runway 21, runway 035 on